I got the chance to watch 50 Shades of Grey before all of you so that I can fill you in on whether or not you should spend your hard-earned money on seeing this at the movies this Valentine's weekend. So let's jump right in. First, a little backstory. This movie is based on the best-selling 50 Shades of Grey book trilogy that was inspired, of course, by Twilight fanfiction. 50 Shades of Grey, you know, that book series that women all across the world couldn't put down and couldn't stop telling their friends about. The premise is basically about this young and innocent college senior named Anastasia Steele, who serendipitously meets a super hot, strangely overaccomplished billionaire named
Christian.
Anastasia becomes hypnotized by Christian and his hotness because look at him. Fast forward past some really impressive dinner dates and a couple of braggy helicopter rides, and Christian proceeds to ask Anastasia to sign this contract with him to be his sexual submissive, which means that she'll have to do whatever he wants her to sexually, which includes things that I would not dare mention, but involved objects like this, and this, and these, oh, and this, and this, and this again. That thing is gonna hurt. That's how I would use it, not sexually. Oh no, not this. No, I'm just thirsty. That would be really weird. This poor, sweet, kind-hearted Anastasia reluctantly complies with this, but is not necessarily thrilled because, shocker alert, she doesn't want to just be an object of sex to him, she actually wants a relationship. Duh. But there's a little problem because
I don't do romance.
Okay, so let's start with some positives here. I actually want to defend Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan, who play the leads in this movie, because I really think they're both really good actors, and I don't think they're gonna get a lot of credit for that after people see this movie. People were throwing shades of Grey, see what I did there? You get it. Saying that these two had zero chemistry on screen, but I actually think their lack of chemistry was between them and the script and not between each other. Another positive, of course, y'all, Queen Bee sings her heart out on this soundtrack, and y'all know I live for her flawlessness, but I digress. Oh, and Rita Ora's in it for like a hot minute with some really weird hair, so that was kind of cool, I guess. And now for the cons. Obviously, this film was going for erotica with its hypersexualized and somewhat pornographic inspired shots, which is something that is definitely no secret to anybody who's remotely familiar with this story. And let me tell you, there is a lot of nakedness in this movie and a lot of sex and a lot of weird stuff. The book wasn't called mommy porn for nothing. But outside of all of that, there's not much else really going on in this movie that's believable or even interesting, proving that sexy time truly isn't fulfilling for anyone if it doesn't mean anything. But putting all the sex aside for just a moment, the script and the storyline is what really missed the mark. I don't know if it's because the adaptation from book to movie didn't do well, or if maybe I just don't like the story, but I literally laughed out loud at the movie screen more than I was ever connected with what I was watching. The lines are so cheesy and so corny, and it legit felt like they were ripped straight out of a daytime soap opera that just happened to be airing on Skinamax. And if you don't know what Skinamax is, don't Google it. So here's the deal. If you're into this whole erotica sex thing, then you'll probably feel like you got what you came to see. Within an R rating, at least. But it's no romance movie, and honestly, I was kind of bored and walked away pretty turned off, which is probably the opposite of what the filmmakers were going for. Bonus tip, if it's a first date, run from this movie. It's a trap.
It's a trap!
So the big question we gotta know is, will you be seeing 50 Shades of Grey? And if you do, feel free to come back and let us know what you thought of the movie. And for more movies that we can't wait to see this year, click in the video box right here for that. I'm Erin Robinson, and thanks for watching Clevver. We'll see you next time. For the best celebrity couple names of all time, click in that video box on the left. And to find out which 15 celebrities had secret weddings, click in the video box on the right.